Oh, hello there. Night Guy 87 back at you. And who's ready to go on a crusade? Ever felt like taking back the Holy Land or getting christened by the Lord himself? Ready for a battle? I know I am. What I'm sporting here is a recent surcoat I got and some chainmail mittens. Haven't used any of this in combat yet or training, but gonna definitely give it a shot. That's not what my video is about today, however. Today, we're gonna put this sword to the side and put these gloves down as soon as I can get this sword off of me. This is one of my favorite training blades. A little stuck here, but we got it out. One of my favorite training blades. Do another video on that. You can see there, it's a little bit roughed up. It's definitely seen some combat. Got some age to it. One of my personal favorite arming swords. I'm a big fan of arming swords. Let's go ahead and put that to the side, get these gloves off so we can get to the real video. Got a little nasal helm on. Some research that I was doing, it seems the Crusaders or Templars used to wear these as an earlier helmet before they switched over to the great helms. This actually used to be one of my least favorite helmets due to the aesthetic value. However, using it in some training, it is now one of my favorites. The nice conical shape affects blows really well. The nice nasal bridge gives you actually surprisingly decent protection, especially when comboed with a coif. You know, you often don't really take hits directly on in that sense. I mean, you can of course take a hit directly on, however, normally it comes in at angles. With the coif, you tend to be pretty protected. Your reflexes on your face and eyes to protect are pretty fast, so you tend to flinch and turn away before you get hit. This helmet, unlike just about any of the other helmets that I have, this one offers, you know, a lot of open face, so to speak, which you'd think would be a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing. Makes it a lot easier to breathe, makes it a lot easier to talk, makes it a lot easier to see. You can definitely defend or dodge an attack easier if you can see it coming. But anyways, we're going to get to the real point of the video. I have another box here that I received in just today. So let's do another unboxing. Got some swords here that we're going to go ahead and review on. Let me see if I can angle this camera down a little bit lower. There. There we go. Let's get opening. Got these online from SZ Co. Never really heard of them before, but I had been seeing recently they've been producing some decent and expensive swords. Got just a standard shipping box here, nothing to write home about. It's what's in the box that really matters. So we'll finish cutting that open, and we will see what we got. We're gonna see if these are just wall hangers or if they're anything worthy. These blades should all be fully tanged, at least fixed blades. They're said to be stainless steel, which stainless steel, I'm typically not a big fan of blades made in stainless steel, especially not swords, only because they can't handle any real beating. But what I got here today, well, what I have here right now is a dagger. Oh, look at that. Packaging it came in, not bad. So get it out of there. This is said to be a Crusader's Dagger. It's stainless steel, definitely blunted. This feels more like an envelope opener. You can see there, kind of small. Has the cross insignia. A little fuller running down, double-edged. It's definitely dulled. Not very heavy. I think you could use it in a training scenario at least, I guess. You know, I could wear it, definitely. Let's see. don't see any sheath or anything, so we just got the dagger by itself. Not a bad piece, I'm not too disappointed. Alright, let's move on to the next one. I'll do a separate review on that one, doing some torture testing maybe, see how that works in training. Looks like we'll have a lot of fun with that one. This one here has a little serial number on the box. I don't know if anyone can see that. This is said to be the Celtic Sword, or their interpretation of a Celtic sword. I'm going to go on the limb and say that the sword, the actual historical sword, is probably at least a bit longer. But this is for my short sword category. And on my channel here, I know some of the trolls will probably rip me apart, but I don't mind worrying too much about, you know, being historically perfect. Historical accuracy is important, but I'm going to say that's not necessarily for everybody. It kind of just depends on what you're doing. I'm not LARPing or doing any reenactments anytime soon. Everything is just for educational purposes, and most importantly, training. Whatever can keep you training and having a good time is most important. Always remember that. So let's cut this bad boy open. Came wrapped in some nice bubble wrap there. A little bit on the shorter side, but I recently have been impressed with some short swords. Been looking more into them. It's a category I never really got into before. Just because when you immediately think swords, you think some giant blade from Lord of the Rings, or at least me, I started as a full-on weeb, so if it wasn't a katana, it wasn't for me. But I've definitely broadened my horizon since then, and I've definitely grown an appreciation for broadswords. Didn't realize there were so many different classifications, and that's really what I like about broadswords. The possibilities are almost virtually endless with the different configurations and styles that you can get. We'll get into that in another time. But here is the Celtic Sword. Got here, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see, any sharpness on this? No, this is definitely a dulled blade. Nice fuller. I might have to take a sharpening to this myself. It's got some good weight to it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Got some decent weight to it. I guess you could call that more of a hand and a half. I'm pretty confident the historical versions of a blade like this would have definitely only been single-handed. But this isn't too bad. I like the forward swept guard. I like the pommel configuration there. Not bad at all. Let's see what we got in here. Comes with a little sheath there. So let's pull that out. Nice, pretty nice sheath there. Nice little heavy-duty leather sheath, I want to say. Looks pretty tough. Let's go ahead and slide that in, see what the fit is like. And it doesn't necessarily fit like a glove, but it fits. Snap the button on that bad boy. It's a little tough there. You gotta definitely get in one of the ridges. It's a tight fit there, but we got it in there. Looks like you'd be able to carry it around for certain. Definitely make a decent wall hanger, that's for sure. But I'm gonna see what I could do after I sharpen it up and see if it has any sort of cutting potential. Let's move it along. Put this down here for now. Alright. For the next blade, let's see what we have here. This one I was looking forward to. Similar to what I'm wearing right now. This is another arming sword, Crusader style. You look at the picture on the box there. number 901099. That's how they label their weapons, are all serial numbers. I would expect nothing less from a company just titled SCZO. Let's see what we got here. Another little bubble wrapped piece of joy there. So let's open it up. What I like about these shorter swords, you almost never have to worry about a short sword being too heavy. Balance is up for debate. The Celtic Sword that I just was handling was not heavy by any means, but it seems like at least a forward heavy blade. But that from the research I was doing, was common for early period, you know, I guess you could call it Dark Age or Migration era swords. This one is nice and oiled up as well. Let's see if I could get this little plastic piece off without hurting myself. This one is definitely sharp, which I'm already a big fan of that. It says it's, they said this was stainless steel as well, but it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know, this feels like carbon steel, to be honest. Got it off there. Hand and a half. I like this one. Got a good forward swing on it, definitely. Definitely not a weapon, not the most nimble weapon, but I can still find where the point is pretty easily due to the size. I like the patterning they did, giving it this black mark, give it some age look to it. Of course, it has the cross right there in the pommel. I don't know if you can see that. Nice forward swept guard. Big fan of that. Definitely fits my outfit today. Let's see what else we have in here. Look at that, nice little sheath to go with that one as well. Another pretty standard, tough leather, but you know, flimsy sheath. Nothing to write home about on the sheath, but from the prices I've seen on some swords, some scabbards especially can cost as much as the sword, if not more. This one fits like a glove. Definitely would make a great wall hanger already, but I think this would make a decent sword. We'll do a separate video doing some cuts on this one. This one's already sharpened. I might just touch it up a little bit. First I'll see how it does. I'm a big fan of the leather hand grip there. Little wire wrapping. Nice little detail into it. Like I said, none of these were too expensive. I don't think I paid over $30 for any one of these, if that much. You know, just some fun, more educational purposes. My channel here, it's I try to keep everything historically inspired. Historically accurate is very important, and I get that, you know, everyone really loves historically accurate. But I don't see the point in spending the budget on it for myself. I don't really have the time to do any big events or anything. Most of the time I'm working. And once again, I'm going to bring it back. It's all about training. So anything that keeps me training, keeps me out moving, you know, clashing swords with my friends, that's what we're going to do. Alright, and last but not least, the final blade here. What do we have here? You can see the picture there. This is supposed to be designed after a two-handed longsword. Typically they call it the William Wallace sword. You know, I don't know if you ever seen Braveheart, kind of showing my age there. Movie's a little old now. Most of today's generation, I don't think can even remember it. But Braveheart starring Mel Gibson, he had the big, you know, two-handed sword, Zweihander. You know, they call it the Claymore. Is another term I've heard. I don't know how historically accurate any of these terms are, but I'm pretty sure that the sword he actually had, which is similar to this design was modeled after it. I don't think that was actually historically accurate, pretty sure. In a museum somewhere you can find the actual sword of William Wallace, and it doesn't look like this exactly per se. but I was always a fan of it. I've held a few of the replicas. They're normally really heavy, so it's not even a sword that I own at the moment. But I saw this one, and I figured since they designed this one like a short sword, maybe it'll meet my requirements. It'll shed some of the weight off. I'm already impressed that it looks like it has a two-handed length on it. Doesn't look too short. I don't think this one's going to be sharpened, but if not, that's okay. That's what grinders are for. And we will put an edge on it myself. It's wrapped in bubble wrap, just like all the other blades. They do a decent job, you know, protecting them. So let's see how this bad boy's doing. I like, so far when it comes to broadswords, my favorite would be my classifications. I tend to define them either single-edged, double-edged, hand and a half, two-hand, single-handed. I don't know, I haven't seen any swords that are three-handed yet. You know, you let me know as soon as you find someone that can use a three-handed sword. So we have the pretty much standard design that I've seen for the sword of William Wallace and the replicas that I've seen. Nice two-handed length there. Definitely not the typical blade length, you know. Those are normally said to be great swords. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is definitely stainless steel. Another blunted blade, no edge on that. Got a little point here. I'm definitely going to put an edge on this one, see if I could get some cuts. Got a nice little balance to it, you know. I think you know, it'd be fun to swing it at least. Has the little leather wrap up on the blade to about I'm gonna say 7-8 inches, which you see on some of the great swords, you know, for them to grab. I guess you could switch to some half sorting, I guess, or maybe just to get more control on a cut. Wouldn't really matter with a blade like this. The blade isn't long enough for you know, the extra leverage to matter. But you do see that on the bigger replicas. So yeah, that's it. That's all of them. There's the last one. Double-edged, no fuller, not too heavy. None of these blades are really too heavy. I don't think a single one of these even weighs in at 3 pounds, I want to say. SCZO, once again, is the maker. I'd like to thank them for producing these. Relatively inexpensive. I'm always looking for new inexpensive training pieces to try on this channel. That's what we're all about here. Keeping it fun, you know, and keeping everybody moving, basically. Keeping everybody active. There's so many ways to train, and I'm a big fan of training. But outside of conventional methods, I found HEMA is a great avenue for training. You want to always find something that you can do that's fun and keeps you moving. And this has become one of my greatest hobbies and passions. And I thank you for sharing it with me. Thanks, guys.